Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seen Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you is Boozy Badass, and he's making some noise again. And this time, the noise that he is making has to do with a young socialite, beautiful young socialite by the name of Lori Harvey. Boozy Badass went on the Vlad, show, podcast. And he pretty much cast judgment on Miss Lori Harvey and did what men should not do to women. And that is giving a body count. Something that he does not really know anything about. And I say that he does not know anything about that is because neither he nor Vlad cannot really confirm whether or not if Lori Harvey was intimate with all the men that she's dated. It's just speculation. It's between the men and Lori Harvey. But before I go any farther, I want you to listen to part of the podcast.
And now Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. What's your take on this?
I think we need to stop giving the woman the power, with situations like this. Girls keep saying it's goals, but we got to start, this is not goals, you know what I'm saying? We got to start giving the bachelors, the men who running through a beautiful woman like this the credit, who not housing her, running through her. Because most, like Boo, and last time I went to Diddy house, him and Boo was together, they dogs. So we got to start, I know Laura, beautiful woman, but we got to stop giving the glory to the woman. What about the bachelors? What about?
Okay, so now you heard that with that short clip there from Black TV. And now you're going to hear him pretty much double down and give a ridiculous reason or excuse as to why he's voicing his opinion about Lori Harvey and why he is into her business. Just listen to this pile of crap.
I wake up to all these Lori Harvey fans on my ass. Talk about I'm hating on Lori. What I want to hate on Lori for? I just said y'all got it up saying that's goals. If you saying that's goals, that means you want your daughter to 7 or 8, 9 in a couple months in the industry. If that's goals, if that's cool with you for your daughter doing that, then I can't say. But what's wrong with y'all motherfuckers is y'all salute the woman who get passed around, but y'all dog the woman who stick by the when they fuck over. Y'all dog the real who stick by they. You heard me? But y'all salute the who go from hand to hand. The world up, but the woman who stick by her nigga, found her one celebrity and stick by that nigga.
Okay, so let me start off with the first interview with Vlad TV. Obviously, he and Vlad feel some type of way about Lori Harvey. And this goes to a little bit of frustration, jealousy, because they can't have her. She wouldn't be interested in neither of them. Boozy reminds me of the same way that Chris Rock tried to shout out to Rihanna, and Rihanna completely rejected him. So he feels as if though some of his friends may have had her, but he hasn't and cannot get to her. And then he goes on to say something ridiculous about people dog out or criticize women who stand by men who are faithful. That's BS. No one criticizes a faithful woman who chooses to stand by a man and be faithful. No one has ever criticized, let's say, a Tamia who stands by Grant Hill, or a Aisha Curry who stands by Steph Curry. No one criticizes a good woman who chooses to stand by her man. That's all up in his head right there. And It's interesting that he puts himself on a pedestal as someone who can judge. When remember this right here. It says Mike Tyson had to stop daughter from knocking out bigoted and anti-LGBT rapper Boosie Badass. Remember when he talked about Dwayne Wade's son, talking about don't cut your dick off, jumping into that business when it had really no concern of his? When I guess their son made a transition over, that wasn't any of his business. But yet he inserts himself into people's business and things that doesn't, really concern him. Apparently Mike Tyson isn't the only punching powerhouse in the family. He had to stop his daughter from knocking out a transphobic rapper who appeared on his podcast. I'm not sure if the daughter was there. I guess she was there. I guess she wanted to punch him because of the transphobic remarks in which he has made before. And remember when Tyson questioned him, then he was all cowarding up and kind of backtracking. Yeah, that was kind of funny right there. And remember this right here. Rapper Boosie Badass, accused of sexually abusing his own children. Remember when he got a prostitute, or he paid someone to perform oral sex on his son and nephew. Now here's a man right here who is acting like he's a moral compass, passing judgment on a Lori Harvey, but yet he's nothing more than allegedly a molester who paid a woman to perform oral sex on a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old to make them men. But yet he's passing judgment on a young lady who he does not really know her sexual history record. He wasn't there. Boosie Badass faces backlash after claiming he got grown women to give his underage son oral sex. That was big. And actually, I did a video about that. Homophobic, transphobic rapper Boosie Badass admits to hiring women to sexually assault his underage son and nephews. So how does this break down? Boosie Badass has a reputation for saying all kinds of things on social media, much of which is quite controversial or offensive to some. Earlier this week, Hot New Hip Hop picked up on social media messages in which the Baton Rouge artist made a surprising declaration. Boosie Badass is currently under siege by social media users for claiming that he had grown women perform oral sex on his 12-year-old child. Badass made his claim while on Instagram Live, and not many were happy about it. It started when the Louisiana artist was talking about his children. He claimed in a video that he got a woman to give his kids head when they were 12-year-old and 13-year-old. The rapper claimed he was training these boys right. He went on to say that fans could ask any of his nephews or his sons, they got head. The rapper proclaimed, he added, yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be. Social media users then asked what the response would be if the roles were reversed. Exactly. How would he feel, or would he do that for his daughter? Of course not. So therefore, we have someone like this here accused of this, who admitted to doing this, but after the backlash, later retracted, making a judgment on Lori Harvey. Isn't that strange right there? And this right here is a hell of a lot worse than a grown woman who is having consensual sex with other grown consenting adults. She's not doing anything to anyone who is underage. She's not molesting anyone. She's not a molester. She didn't commit a criminal act. She didn't put herself in a position to possibly have your children taken away from you, or where she can possibly have a record. So it's amazing how people can judge others and not look at themselves and what they are doing. So the old saying goes that before you try to wipe someone else's ass, make sure that yours is clean. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you beyond and through.